Here again with another Breaking Bad Season 5 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important if you aren't caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Breaking Bad, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find out that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you out there that are wondering, I've seen Breaking Bad many times, at least 8 times. Hell, this might even be my 10th time watching the show. So join me on the journey and let's discuss the show in the comment section along with the man, the myth, the legend, Crazy Coffee Man himself, as he's a Lucifer fanatic, a Dexter fan, and he definitely is a Breaking Bad fan. With all that in mind, this will be Breaking Bad Season 5, Episode 3. The title of this episode is called Hazard Pay. And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. We start off with lawyer Dan. He's going to jail with his paralegal, Mike, going to talk to Dennis. He's the guy that was kind of the manager of the laundromat. Dan turns his music up really loud and he puts headphones on so Mike can speak with Dennis. And Mike asks Dennis if he's heard about Chow. Dennis says he heard Chow skip town, and Mike says he's dead and it wasn't by him. That person has been dealt with. And Dennis says he's not a rat. He says the feds took away his hazard pay. Mike gives his word that Dennis will be made whole. On to the next person Mike needs to talk to, he tells Dan, which Dan's kind of annoyed that he has to talk to all these people today. Walt's moving back in, hanging up his clothes in the closet. And then Walt admires the book that Gail Bedecker had given him, the Walt Whitman book he has. Walt tells Skyler he's moving back in and he'll keep the condo for now. Skyler asks if he really thinks that's a good idea, and Walt says, yes. Mike's waiting to speak with Saul. He listens to Huell breathing heavy, and Saul's not happy that Walt and Jesse brought Mike in the office, as Saul and Mike haven't necessarily got along as of late, and the last time he kind of assaulted Mike or Saul a little bit. So, and then Walt and Jesse brought him there, and then what Walt says is Mike threatens people. He probably threatened somebody this morning. That's what he does. So Mike goes over the ground rules. He's let in, and Walt tells Saul Mike handles the business and he'll handle him. Saul takes them out to look at places that could potentially be a new lab. Walt says it's too hot to be in the first warehouse location. It would mess up the product. The second place has food, and anything food related will have unannounced government inspections, which is true. Third place is the laser tag place, and Jesse says, hell no. And then Saul takes them to Vamonos Pest next. Walt says, it's perfect. Who said here? What they're going to do is when Vamonos Pests go to the houses that are infected, they'll bomb the houses with the poison, but before they do that, they'll cook, and they'll do that like 3 to 4 times a week. It's a challenge, but it's doable. Ira is the owner of Vamonos Pest. They're burglars, Saul tells them. They don't boost anything while they're on the job, but they'll make keys and sell them to people later, or they'll just do it themselves. So they agree to partner with Ira and his business at Vamonos Pest. You have Todd and a couple other people there. Badger and Skinny Pete are at a music store, and they're looking for roadie cases. They need 4 of them. That's what Badger tells, or Skinny tells the guy. And he's like, I'm going to need to see, a down payment. We got cash. We're good. And then Mike tells Todd and the rest of the crew, no stealing. Refer to Walt and Jesse as yes, sir, no, sir. And Joe and his guys are building stuff for Walt and Jesse. So old Joe, played by Larry Hankin, who is amazing, by the way. I agree with the thoughts of Crazy Coffee Man. Love that actor, even though he's not in a lot of other things. He's just great in his role, his small role on Breaking Bad. But he's building stuff for Walt and Jesse to make this work. This, traveling meth lab thing. And then, wait a minute, Andrea has keys to Jesse's place now? When did that happen? Or is that Andrea's place? Maybe I missed something, but it looked like Jesse's place to me, and all of a sudden now she's moved in. Interesting. Walt tells Brock he heard that he was in the hospital and he was very brave, and Brock only cares about playing his handheld game. Walt has to go, but he'll stay for a beer. A house is tented off, and Walt and Jesse start their new cooking adventure. Todd tells Walt about a nanny cam that he disabled, and then Walt and Jesse take a break to watch TV. Walt says seeing Jesse with Andrea and the little boy is nice. Walt asks Jesse if he's thought about what his plan is, and Jesse tells Walt Andrea doesn't know. And Walt says it's his decision. He's earned that if he wants to clue her in or he wants her to get out, essentially. Marie's complaining to Skyler about how people at the car wash are cleaning her car. Marie tells Skyler Hank's back to work. Hank's PT is going gangbusters. And then Marie talks about Walt's birthday that's coming up. And Marie keeps pestering Skyler, not happy she's about to smoke. And then Skyler just snaps, Marie, shut up. Well, you shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Skyler has officially freaked out. So Walt and Jesse have finished their cook. Marie's sitting at the White residence when Walt arrives home. Skyler's in bed resting. She just yelled, shut up, over and over again, she tells Walt. And Marie says she's not leaving here until she knows what's got her so upset. And Marie wants to know the truth, all of it. So Walt tells Marie about what happened to Ted Beneke. You must know. And then Walt tells Marie, well, she asked the question of, was Skyler having an affair? And Walt's, yeah, that's what's going on. She was having an affair with Ted Beneke. So Marie then hugs Walt and then leaves. And then Walt takes a bite out of an apple. I guess that really had no relevance to the episode. And then Andrea asks Jesse if he's okay. And Jesse says, yeah. Walt's watching Scarface with Junior and Holly. Say hello to my little friend. Now it's time to get paid. $367,000 for Mike, Jesse, and Walt. And then Walt's mad that transportation of product is 20%. And the first barrel of meth is free, but the next one's going to cost you. You can thank Lydia for that. And may we continue, or do you have any more burning questions? Mike asks Walt. And then Mike mentions legacy costs. It's $117,000 each. 9 guys a part of the previous operation. Mike says we're going to make them whole. Mike says they're my guys. The cops are looking at them very closely. And then Mike says business is my end. Walt says it's your problem. And Jesse wants to just pay for the whole thing. Like, I'll cover it. Take it out of my share. But Walt's, no, I'll take it out of mine. He agrees to do it. And then Mike says this is how it's going to be from here on out. Now everyone only has $137 after Jesse gets paid back all the legacy costs and the transportation costs. Listen, Walter, just because you shot Jesse James doesn't make you Jesse James. And then Jesse tells Walt that he broke it off with Andrea. Walt says he meant, how do you feel about the money? Less money, but bigger piece of the pie, Jesse tells him. And then Walt says something about what he's been thinking about what happened to Victor, what Gus did to Victor. All this time, Walt thought Gus did it to send a message, but now he thinks Victor flew close to the sun and got his throat cut for it. And then Jesse looks a little puzzled to end the episode. So pretty good episode. A lot of things happen that aren't crazy things, but to build the story and build the season of Breaking Bad. A lot of good performances in this episode. My 3 males of the characters of the episode, yes, I'm doing 3 males. Walt, Jesse, and Mike, they were all great. Not including Saul, though. And then the females, I mean, you got to give it to Skyler because she's doing fucking crazy with the shut up stuff. However, Marie was really good in this episode, too. So I'm actually going to give female characters of the episode of Skyler and Marie, and then Mike, Walt, and Jesse. I know it's cheating, but man, everybody was so good in this particular episode. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, or El Camino, or Breaking Bad movie, and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button. It does help out the channel quite a bit. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your preferred social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section along with me and the man, the myth, the legend, Crazy Coffee Man. Let's talk about the episode. What would you rate the episode? And whom, if you had to choose, would be your character or characters of the episode. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel. You're watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.